Today is November 6th. It's Dungeness crab season opener. So I'm out here with Esdras and Hasiel, my two cousins. There's a ton of people on the beach today. The guys that just left had been here since 12 o'clock in the morning, and they crabbed until 8 o'clock, and they said that they just got shakers, which meant no keeper males, just females with eggs and small little ones. Hopefully we will have some more luck. I'm planning on just walking in like I usually do with the dry suit and my gloves and see if I could see anything. We do have a good spot on the beach here. It is really packed up on the north side, so that's why we came to the south. Waves and conditions look pretty bad, but it's usually like this, and this is actually a calm day for this beach. I've seen these waves go up to like 20 feet high where they're just destroying everything in their path. Any thoughts, Asiel?
I think it's gonna be a good day, but we're about to get lucky. Trust me, guys. Watch. Stay tuned.
Esdras, any thoughts?
I'm thinking we're gonna do pretty well today. Got some fighting spirit in it, so I think we're gonna be all right, man.
And I'll also be using Twan's GoPro Hero 9 with my Max Lens mod. Unfortunately, the GoPro Hero 10 doesn't have Max Lens mod compatibility yet, and I really like how the video comes out. The Max Lens mod makes it look really nice. The horizon leveling keeps it all smooth, and you get all the action. So let's get into it. All right, we are going in. It's first time at this beach in like, what, almost 8 months? I have not been here in forever, and I have not had Dungeness crab or crab at all in forever. So it's been around 5 minutes. I have not seen anything, and by this time I usually have caught one keeper. It might be because the sun's not out yet, and that really affects visibility. There's an indent. Alright, I think this is the one that Esdras caught, but I'm not really sure. I stepped on it, then just picked it up. Jeez, that wave was rough. But I didn't even see it, which is surprising. That's not a keeper. I think we might need a bit more light before I can actually start seeing stuff instead of just stepping on stuff. I can't use the Rode mic. I have nowhere to clip it onto, and even if I did, I'm walking like waist deep in the water, and if I was to fall over, it's not waterproof and it would just break. So I'm stuck with the regular GoPro audio, which is probably not amazing. Where was it?
It was like right here.
It's small. Female.
Oh?
Female.
Oh, you found it?
So Haas just caught his first Dungeness crab. So we saw it just over there in the sand. I thought that it wasn't big enough, but it ended up being big enough. He measured it, it was 5 3/4, maybe like a couple millimeters over, and that's another keeper. So they've got 2 keepers. Haas has 1, Esdras has 1. So Haas decided he was gonna keep that female, and the consensus is if we start catching some more, we'll throw that one back in, just because it's a female with eggs. So far, we've had very little luck. Esdras just caught one off of that one.
It's small, huh?
Oh yeah, it is.
Looks like the first one you caught, right? Exactly.
I mean, but it's worth measuring. All right, and before I cast this one out, I'm gonna make sure that all the loops are open and that there's no like tangles going on. Just because if it's tangled, you won't get any crab on there. I just set up that rod. Hasiel is setting up that one, Esdras that one, and then that one's already in. So we've got 4 rods in, which is the most rods we've ever put out. It looks like everyone's left so far on this side of the beach, at least. The first guys said that they didn't catch much. The next guys seemed like they had been there, I don't know, from really, really early in the morning. And then the guys that were right next to us, we're catching some decent ones. I saw them throw a lot in, but I saw them keep some, so I'm assuming they got a decent amount and they called it a day. So we've got this whole beach pretty much to ourselves. All right, just saw one over here, so who knows where it went. probably got up. Oh shoot. I am running back and forth seeing Dungeness crab. Visibility is so bad in the water today. Alright. We got this one. That was a really easy catch. I don't know if it's a keeper though. I'll go measure it. Who knows? It might be a keeper. And this might be my first Dungeness crab keeper of the season. Time to pull this rod up. Who knows where in the world this line even went. Let's pick up this slack. So much slack. Oh, there's one on here, Esdras. Oh, I think it might have come off. Did it come off? Oh, is it a keeper? No. Oh, not a keeper. Well, a small one.
We need to measure him.
But you can totally tell when there's a crab on there.
Haas missed one because he didn't want to pick it up.
Oh, come on, Hasiel. I mean, my measuring has been off all day, but yeah, it's short. About a 1/4 inch short. It looks like the current kind of reversed. At the start of the day, it was going out that way, but now it seems to have taken the trap down south. Hasiel just missed the crab because he didn't want to pick it up. Oh, that's too bad, but we're gonna get some. I have a good feeling about this time of the day. It seems like it's really productive right now. Maybe the harder swell is bringing in more crab, but who knows? And as for the method of crab snaring, you're going to want to buy a 6-loop crab snare. By California law, you can't have more than 6 loops on the trap, and if you wanted less, it would just decrease the chances of actually snaring a crab, but you could go for it. And those traps are typically weighted, but you're still going to want to put a 4 to 5 ounce pyramid weight on, because that's what's going to make sure that your trap stays in one place and lets the Dungeness crab find it, rather than just having it tumble around in the surf. As for bait, Dungeness crab are scavengers, so they eat basically any meat. The most popular bait is probably squid because it stays in the cages very nicely and it doesn't fall out easily like anchovies or sardines would. Crab also use their sense of smell to find food, so the more fresh or more oily that the bait is, the better. Obviously, since you're dealing with a trap that's so big and you're going to be reeling in big Dungeness crab, you have no choice but to use a surf rod, and you're going to want to use around 50+ pound braid. Now, when you're casting in the trap, you want to wade in as far as you can and cast it out because you want that trap as deep as possible. The crab generally won't be walking around the really shallow parts of the water because the waves will be pushing them around there, so they like to stay deeper in the water, but they also come up pretty shallow because they eat sand crab. So if you're not walking around for them and you're using a rod, your best bet is to get that trap deep. Then you just wait 10 to 15 minutes and reel in the trap. When you're reeling in a crab trap, it is essential that you pick up as much slack as you possibly can. Once you've picked up all the slack, make sure you can feel the tension between the rod and the trap. And once you do, set as hard as possible and reel in at the same time as walking backwards along the beach. This will make sure that you don't just start reeling in the trap before you have enough tension to get the snares to tighten around the crab. Reeling in while walking back will also make sure that you keep that tension on so that the snares don't get loose and the crab doesn't just drop off, which actually happens quite often. You got one? Nice. So usually if someone's reeling it in, you kind of want to stand by it, that way you can grab it. It came off? Oh, nothing. When it's sunny, it's a lot better to catch them by hand.
Yeah?
Because you can see them in the water rather than just see them when they wash up. And so like when we've come in the past and it's really sunny and like the waves are exactly like this, you can see them and then you can like run and pick them up in the water. All right, I've left this rod soaking for about 15 minutes. So let's see if there's anything on it. The wind has taken this all the way over here. I think that the Dungeness crab that I just caught earlier this morning was the first one I've ever caught on a rod. I'm not sure if that's true, but it was a cool experience, and it definitely has me setting up these rods and throwing them back in whenever I'm not walking around in the water, just because that's pretty efficient. But geez, the wind really took this trap who knows where. Oh, there's a crab on it. There's a crab, it's just small. This one's way too small, so we're gonna let it go. All right, found this one washed up on the shore, but it's too small and it doesn't have any claws. Mostly it's too small. As the tide goes out, it's definitely getting calmer. I actually just stepped on a big Dungeness crab just now, but I wasn't able to get it in time. But what you see me doing here is I'm looking back and forth along the sand as the water's going out, because quite often you'll see something that looks like a rock sticking out of the sand and it will be causing a ripple around it, and if you check it, sometimes it's actually a crab. So usually on our crabbing trips, the most successful method of getting crab tends to be walking in the water. We don't normally catch a ton on the snares. Normally I leave Esdras to the snares, so maybe it's just him. No, I'm playing. I usually have a snare in too, and I don't really have a ton of success with it. The biggest Dungeness crab that I've caught was around 7 inches, and that one I caught just walking around. Esdras has caught like a 7.1 inch Dungeness crab, and he caught that on the snare. So the sizes that you will get on both these methods are basically the same. The big Dungeness crab can be very close to shore sometimes, but it just depends on the day. The very best time to see Dungeness crab in the water is going to be when the high tide is going out to low tide. If you can be picky about it, you want a higher delta, because that high tide transition to low tide only lasts like around 4 hours. You don't want to wade in more than waist deep. After that, you won't be able to see anything. One thing that you have to bring if you want to catch a lot of Dungeness crab this way are polarized sunglasses. With those, you can see 2 times as much in the water because it takes off all that glare that's on the surface. And as for where I'm looking, typically anywhere on a sandy beach that you know there's Dungeness crab, but I've also noticed that spots that have a ton of sand crab tend to have a lot of Dungeness crab as well, and I believe that's just because that the Dungeness crab come in for whatever reason and stay in because they're eating those sand crab that are so close to shore. And while I use a dry suit just because I have one, you don't have to use a dry suit. You can just go in with waders, though I'd be careful not to go in too deep, or you could go in with like some dry pants or maybe even neoprene pants, but just make sure it's not too dry or else you'll chafe. But those are the 2 methods that I use to catch Dungeness crab on the beach, and I hope that all this information is really helpful for you guys. We're reeling this one in once I get that slack off. Oh wait, that wasn't it, that wasn't it. It's right there. Is it right there? Where is it? Ah, shoot, it's not even on the ground. Oh, there's nothing on this one, that's for sure. Unless I tossed it all the way over there and oh, it feels like maybe there is something on there. Alright, come on. Yep. There's something on this one. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think it's a keeper, but we'll check. Oh wait, I have the gauge. No, it's under. Man,
A little small?
barely under. Yeah, check this out. Right from this ridge.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You gonna throw it back?
Just under. I'm gonna go back in there. I think I can barely see that in there. Nothing. Well, you know what? This bait cage also doesn't work. It feels like there's something on.
There you go.
Watch the line, watch the line. Get it, get it, get it. Grab it. Oh, that's a nice one. All right. Here, let's get it out of the water. Let's get it out of the water first. Nice. That's a good one. See? That was a good idea. All right. There it is. I'm gonna take this back in. Do you want to rethrow it?
I got you.
Just make sure you put that bait back in though. All right. That's probably the biggest one today. I just took that rod all the way out. So I'll check back in on that in like 5 minutes. Esdras with the catch.
A little small.
It's a bit small, but worth measuring. Official measurement. It's
damn.
under.
Half an inch.
Yeah, it's under by like half.
Yeah.
Oh, close, close. All right, it's time to check this one. Let's check it. There's a crab over there. Who knows if it's the same one though? Hey, so threw one in earlier. Oh, it's the dead one. It's the all bitten up one. Oh, we keep running back for this. Stay in there. Now this is adventure. This is my relaxation. Is there no bait? You've got to reel it in fast. Fast, not like a fish. It's consistent. And walk back, walk back, walk back. Backwards. No, walk back and just reel. Don't set. Because every time you let loose, that's when the snare comes out. You see it? What? Huh? What is on? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Reel, 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 reel. Oh, you want to go measure it? Huh? Here, keep. Yeah, yeah. Hold the back two legs. Back two legs together, like this. Back two legs together, like this. And they can't pinch you like that. All right.
What's funny is we just found the trap that broke off earlier, so that's
really?
a win. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm telling Esther, I'm like, we're gonna find the pole. Watch.
Hold that one
The rod holder?
Look how. Oh, he just found it. He just found it. He just found it.
The rod holder? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Any luck?
I caught 3. I think he's caught 1. My cousin's caught 3 as well, and then the guy in the red's caught 1.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, but we were just saying.
We just got a bunch of shorts. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No keepers?
Yeah, so we
Oh, man.
come down over here, give it a try. All right, good luck.
Yeah, you too. I'm literally so surprised Haishel caught that one. I'm so surprised Haishel caught that one. Because he was reeling it in and then he let it go and he gave you the cage. And then he kept reeling it in and he was like, wait, what? And he like, but it was still on there. It's because it was caught on 2 snares. Okay, so we have a ton of bait on this snare and let's let it go. There's a ton of choppy current over here and we kind of don't want current that's just going all over the place. So we're gonna try to wade where it's like nice and flat right over there. All right, that's where it's going. All right, let's see if this guy's got a crab on. It kind of seems like he might. But at the same time, I know he's using some big traps. So that might just be the trap and that's it, or maybe he has a small crab. Oh, he did get a crab. Nice. Doesn't look like a keeper. Oh wow. Nothing. Okay, take a look at how far I am from the shore. It's super shallow out here and I don't want to be casting in shallow, so I go all the way to the waves. Oh shoot. Ah, I lost one. Well, too bad I'm carrying the rod. He looked too small anyways. Oh, well, there's the second one. It is too small and it's a female. Alright. Female. We're letting it back in. Last reel in of the day. I'm not feeling any weight. Alright, there's the weight of the trap. There might be something on it. It kind of feels heavy. Come on, one more keeper. Nothing, I guess. What are they picking at? The seagulls. Are they still picking at the same dead crab? No, there's another one. Are you gonna grab it? Go grab it. No, he was supposed to go after the other one. Oh,
there,
I'm
look
tired.
right there.
What? You see something? What'd you see? Keeper or small? Hey, that's a decent sized one. That actually might be a keeper. Is that a keeper? Is that a keeper? Oh, it's too small. It looks like it might be a keeper. Up. Tons of eggs. Going back in. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the 4 that I wanted to get. Here they are. And I secured the biggest crab of the day. This one right over here. He's huge. Hey Seal just called out this one. I went and grabbed it in the low tide, took it away from the seagulls, and it ended up being a female, no longer having eggs, exactly at 5 3/4. So another keeper. And that's it for today. Total, we caught 12 Dungeness crab. Joseph caught 1, Ezras caught 3, I caught 4, Haciel caught 4. 12 total, pretty good day for a season opener. I was hoping to get limit, but nowhere near that. Hopefully when I go diving for them next week, I think I've found a really good diving spot. So hopefully I get a limit. I've yet to limit on anything, but I'm excited to go eat some Dungeness crab and I'll show you guys how I cook it. So let's go to the kitchen. This is actually the first catch and cook I've ever done, which is kind of interesting, but let me know if you guys like it. If you do, I might do more. So I'm steaming my Dungeness crab right now for 15 minutes. You typically want to do 7 to 8 minutes per pound of Dungeness crab. I'm pretty sure that each Dungeness crab that I caught weighs around 2 pounds. That's why I'm steaming them for 15 minutes. I prefer to steam the Dungeness crab rather than boil them because it preserves that flavor. And if you boil them, all the flavor from the crab will just go into the water and it will be totally lost. So for this next part, I make this sauce with 4 sticks of butter. I use a variety of spices, a half teaspoon of the sriracha seasoning. I get that at Safeway. I have your classic Old Bay. I use 2 tablespoons of Old Bay, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of ground paprika. If you want to, you can also add different spices to make this a bit hotter. And if you want it a bit more mild, maybe don't add the sriracha seasoning because it will make it slightly spicy. But I like to have it with a little kick. I also put minced garlic in there just for the flavor, and I cook this on low just because you kind of want that butter to be still really thick and have that flavor that it has before you start kind of browning the butter. Keep it low for a while just so that all the flavors from the different spices and from the garlic can really set into this sauce. So to clean this crab, I'm actually using a new method today. I'm putting something right on the center, cutting it halfway, and then once I'm like halfway, I'm going to hold all these legs and just pull them straight back. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna separate all that you're supposed to get, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take off the gills, throw them in the trash, and take off anything that's not meat, and just leave it for later. Do the same thing with the other side. Everything here goes in the trash, although if you do like crab butter, you might want to eat that. I'm not a fan of it. And then once you have this, take it, rinse it off, make sure you've got that nice and clean, and then after you've rinsed that, you're gonna put it into here, and that's what you're going to use. And that is your finished product. Just make sure to mix it well. I hope you guys like this catch and cook, and if you guys did, leave a like and think of subscribing, and also comment if you'd like to see some more cooking videos, because I cook all the catches every single time I catch. And I have some interesting recipes, but I'm not too sure if you guys would like to know what they are or how to do them. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're in the kitchen now. Oh my, really? What's so funny?
It's funny.
And once it's half cut, I'm gonna grab all the legs and also the claw, and I'm gonna pull it just straight back. It might be kind of hot, so you might want to wait for this to cool down. Oops.
Did you mess it up?
I did.